Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here, and now I'm officially beginning King of the Ring month. Here's my review of 1993 King of the Ring. So, I thought that this was a pretty good show right here, yeah. 1993 overall, pay-per-view wise, it was kind of like, yeah, because, I mean, we know, I've already reviewed WrestleMania that year. I mean, WrestleMania was awful. SummerSlam that year was pretty bad too, yeah. Yeah. With the Royal Rumble that year, yeah, Royal Rumble I'd say was pretty good, even though I didn't think the match was like that great. But yeah, that was a pretty good show, and yeah, this is also pretty good right here, yeah. And Survivor Series that year was just kind of like, like, really kind of, I really don't know whether to call it good or bad, because it was kind of really up and down, but yeah. Nothing from Survivor Series is really memorable at all. I mean, stuff from WrestleMania and SummerSlam that year, I'd say it's memorable for bad reasons. Yeah, stuff from Royal Rumble and King of the Ring, I'd say what a lot of stuff is memorable for actual good reasons right here. So yeah, and yeah, I'd say this might be the best pay-per-view of 1993 right here. Yeah, because yeah, it was a pretty good show right here. Yeah, it's mostly due to Bret Hart's performance throughout the night. Yeah. Yeah, Bret Hart's matches all were really good to great here, yeah. The rest of the show is kind of like, you know, up and down. Like, there's some good stuff on here, but yeah, and there's like a couple of really bad stuff on here, but yeah. Get to it as I get along for this review, but yeah. I really did think that this was a pretty good show. Alright, so let me just get right into it. Show kicked off with the quarterfinal matches in the King of the Ring tournament. First up, we had Bret Hart versus Ramon. This was a pretty good opener right here, yeah. Yeah, they had a pretty good match at the Royal Rumble here, yeah, and this was also pretty good here, yeah. It was really good back and forth between the two, yeah. Ramon at one point, like, threw Bret Hart's shoulder into the ring post, and yeah, it looked like Bret Hart actually hit pretty hard, yeah. And yeah, it was back and forth action, yeah. And yeah, Bret Hart was able to counter the Razor's Edge. Yeah, he tried to go for a bridge pin, yeah. And then it was like, I think like it ended with Bret Hart countering a superplex or something from Ramon, and then Bret Hart got the pin for the win. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. I give it about 3 1/4. Then we had Mr. Perfect versus Mr. Hughes in another quarterfinal match. I really was not too crazy about this. I mean, it wasn't like awful or anything. Like, it wasn't really the worst match on the show. But yeah, it really was not like that great. I mean, Mr. Hughes wrestled like in a suit. He had a dress shirt with pants and suspenders on and a tie. Yeah, and he actually wrestled in sunglasses. Like, I mean, yeah. But not really anything too memorable happened in this match at all. I mean, the thing I remember best about this match was the finish, yeah. And yeah, it wasn't really that great, and yeah. It ended with Mr. Hughes hitting Mr. Perfect with the urn that him and Harvey Whippleman stole from Undertaker and Paul Bearer, yeah. Yeah, he hit him with the urn, and then Mr. Hughes was disqualified, and Mr. Perfect won the match, so yeah. I wasn't really too crazy about it. I give it, 2 stars. Then next was Bam Bam Bigelow versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a quarterfinal match. This was not good at all. I mean, seriously, I mean, this only lasted like 5 minutes, and yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, Hacksaw Jim Duggan tried body slamming Bam Bam Bigelow a couple of times, but he couldn't do it, and yeah, he just fell back. And then eventually, yeah, at one point he was able to body slam Bam Bam Bigelow. And yeah, it ended with, yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow got the upper hand on Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and yeah, he gave him a splash from the top turnbuckle, and Bam Bam Bigelow won. So, yeah, I give that a 1.5 stars. It really was not good at all. And then next was the final quarterfinal match in the tournament. Tatanka versus Lex Luger. And, yeah, this was, I'd say, it was alright. Even, well, I can't really remember a lot that happened here, but yeah, I do remember. I just say that this really wasn't like that terrible. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, this match seemed to go by pretty fast. I mean, this was 15 minutes, and this seemed to go a lot shorter than Rick Rude versus Jake Roberts at WrestleMania 4 did. I mean, that match, it actually seemed like it was going on for much longer than this, and this was the exact same length. I mean, this was 15 minutes, and so yeah. Now, the referee made Lex Luger have a padding around his arm to prevent him from using the steel plate in his forearm, yeah. And yeah, it was just kind of back and forth between the two, but yeah, the match really seemed to go by really fast. Yes, yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, like I said, it went a full 15 minutes and time expired, so it ended in a draw, and both of these guys were eliminated from the tournament, so yeah. Bigelow ended up receiving a bye for the semi-final round, and yeah, he automatically advanced to the final of the tournament. So, yeah, the draw really just kind of messes it up, and yeah. But it wasn't like really horrible and boring like Rick Rude and Jake Roberts at WrestleMania 4 was. So yeah, I give this about 2.5 stars because yeah, it was decent I'd say, but yeah, not really anything memorable happened about it. So yeah, 2.5 stars. And so yeah, and as I said, Bigelow and in the semifinals received a bye, and yeah, he automatically advanced to the final. Yeah. And then, next up, we had the semi-final match between Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect in the King of the Ring tournament, and this was freaking awesome. Yeah, these, yeah, these two really have great matches with each other. I remember I said at SummerSlam 1991, these two had a really great match. Yeah, I'd say that's the best match in SummerSlam history. And yeah, this was also really great. Yeah, this was definitely match of the night right here. Yeah, great stuff. Great back and forth action between Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect. Yeah, I said in the quarterfinal, Bret Hart hurt his shoulder, and here, like, he hurt his leg. Like, Mr. Perfect, like, threw him off the ring apron, and yeah, Bret Hart hit the steel barricade on his leg. And yeah, just, yeah, that hurt his leg. Yeah, it was great back and forth action between both Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect. Yeah, a lot of good near falls. Bret Hart countered a perfect plex at one point. Yeah, and it was just great stuff here. And yeah, Mr. Perfect tried to go for a roll up on Bret Hart, but then Bret Hart countered it, and then he rolled up Mr. Perfect, and he pinned Mr. Perfect, and he got the win. So yeah, Bret Hart advanced to the finals. And yeah, it was a great match. I give it 4.5 stars. Then next up, we had the WWF Championship match. Hulk Hogan defending against Yokozuna. I was actually surprised that this happened at this point in the show. Like, considering what this was for Hulk Hogan, I thought this was going to possibly be the main event of the show. I mean, seriously, yeah, because this was Hulk Hogan's final match in the WWF, WWE until 2002, and it was, well, yeah, it was, in fact, last time he was even seen in the WWF until 2002, yeah. But, yeah, this really was a bad way for Hulk Hogan to go out. This really was not a good match. I mean, but yeah, didn't like it that they tried to make it seem like at WrestleMania 9 in Yokozuna's match with Bret Hart. They said it was a 20 to 30 minute match. It was not even 10 minutes. Dude, yeah, I just didn't like that they tried to make it seem like Yokozuna wrestled like a full length 20-minute match. And then Hulk Hogan just came and won the belt from him at WrestleMania 9 when it wasn't even a 10-minute match. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, the match really was not very good at all. I really don't think it's as awful as some people say it is, but yeah, it's still not a very good match. Yeah, basically nothing memorable happened. Crowd really wasn't into this very much. But yeah, and yeah, Hulk Hogan could not even knock Yokozuna off of his feet. I mean, seriously, I mean, at WrestleMania 9, Bret Hart did it like 4 or 5 times, but Hulk Hogan can't do it here? Yeah. It just seemed like any time Hulk Hogan was trying to knock Yokozuna off of his feet, Yokozuna would get the better of him and just knock Hulk Hogan down. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. At one point, Hulk Hogan did this thing. He hulked up, and then he got the 3 punches on Yokozuna and gave him a big boot. Yokozuna didn't go down. Then he tried again, and Yokozuna still didn't go down. And then I think for the third one, Yokozuna then did go down. Then he hit the leg drop on Yokozuna, but Yokozuna kicked out of it. But yeah, and then we had the cameraman, getting up on the ring apron. And then Hulk Hogan walked over to him, and then there was fire that exploded out of the camera and hit Hogan right in the face and eyes. Yeah, and then that allowed Yokozuna to then nail Hulk Hogan, get a leg drop on Hulk Hogan, and win the title. Yeah, like I said before my WrestleMania 9 review, I would have had it be like Yokozuna won the title at WrestleMania. Yeah, then I would have had their first match between Hulk Hogan and Yokozuna happen here, and Hulk Hogan would win the title from Yokozuna, and then have it go to SummerSlam, and then pretty much have what happened here happen. Yeah, and then after that, have Hulk Hogan leave WWF rather than have it happen here. Yeah, because I think that probably would have been better than have the Yokozuna versus Lex Luger feud that happened during the summer of 1993 here. So yeah, that's what I would have done instead of having Hulk Hogan's final match be here. But yeah, this still really was not very good. I give it about a 1.5 stars. And then after this, we had an 8-man tag team match. Had the Smoking Guns and the Steiner brothers, which were Billy Gunn and Bart Gunn, Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, versus the Headshrinkers and Money Incorporated. And yeah, this was decent, I'd say. Yeah, it only lasted about 6 minutes, just like all 8 guys tagging in and out and just getting in their stuff. And then yeah, in the end, Billy Gunn pinned, I think it was Ted DiBiase, for the win. So yeah, it was decent, I'd say. I give it about 2 3/4. Then next up was the Intercontinental Championship match. Shawn Michaels defending against Crush. Yeah, and this was Diesel's first pay-per-view appearance in Shawn Michaels' corner. Yeah, Diesel had just appeared a couple of weeks before. I think they said his first appearance was when he helped Shawn Michaels regain the Intercontinental title from Marty Jannetty. Yeah, and this was another one that was alright, I'd say. Hey, yeah, it was pretty much like just, back and forth between Shawn Michaels and Crush. The commentators were talking about how Crush was going at it with Doink the Clown at the time, Yeah, and then, there were a couple of times where Crush was being cheap shot by Diesel as the referee was busy with Shawn Michaels. Yeah, and then, Crush looked like he was getting the upper hand on Shawn Michaels, and then there were 2 doinks that came out and distracted Crush, and then that allowed Shawn Michaels to get a super kick in like the back of Crush's head, and then pin Crush for the win, and Shawn Michaels retained the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, it was decent. I give it about 2 3/4. Yeah. And then we got the main event, which were the King of the Ring finals, Bret Hart versus Bam Bam Bigelow. This was really good here, Probably one of Bam Bam Bigelow's best matches he had in the WWF, WWE. Yeah, which I'm not really sure what that's saying, considering the type of competitor Bam Bam Bigelow really was. Yeah, really good stuff. I mean, this did what it needed to do. It had Bret Hart being like, still, like, hurt from what happened in his previous 2 matches, and Bam Bam Bigelow just pretty much being at full strength, because he had basically a whole 2 hours to recover or something. And Bam Bam Bigelow was pretty much pounding away on Bret Hart, pretty much having the upper hand for the majority of the match. At one point, Bret Hart threw Bam Bam Bigelow into the barricade. And at one point, while Bam Bam Bigelow was distracting the referee, Luna Vachon came out and hit Bret Hart in the back with a chair, and then she just ran off. And then at one point, it looked like Bam Bam Bigelow got the pin and victory. Yeah, he actually did pin Bret Hart. And then another referee came down and complained the referee went down, similar to what happened between Razor Ramon and IRS at 1994 Royal Rumble. So yeah, the decision didn't stand and the match continued. Yeah. And yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow had Bret Hart in like a bear hug and a backbreaker. Yeah. Yeah. And at one point, like, Bret Hart just randomly threw Bam Bam Bigelow over the top rope. Just like, for some random reason. I don't know why, yeah. And yeah, Bret Hart tried to get the sharpshooter on Bam Bam Bigelow, but Bam Bam Bigelow was able to fight it off. Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah. And in the end, Bret Hart was able to roll up Bam Bam Bigelow in a victory roll. And yeah. Yeah. And he was able to pin Bam Bam Bigelow, and Bret Hart became King of the Ring. So yeah, it was a really good match, 3 3/4. And then afterwards, we have the post-match coronation of Bret Hart as King of the Ring. Mean Gene was crowning Bret Hart as King of the Ring, and then Jerry Lawler approached Bret Hart. Yeah, Jerry Lawler said that he was the one and only king in the World Wrestling Federation, and he said that he may let Bret Hart be a prince if he would kiss his feet. And yeah, Bret Hart was trash-talking Jerry Lawler, saying he didn't even have the guts to get into the tournament, and then said the only king he really was the Burger King. And Bret Hart started a Burger King chant at Jerry Lawler, and then yeah, Jerry Lawler then just attacked Bret Hart. Yeah, he destroyed Bret Hart's crown. He nailed him with a scepter. He threw the throne on him. Yeah, Jerry Lawler just demolished Bret Hart at the end of the show. So yeah, and yeah, this would lead to the feud between Bret Hart and Jerry Lawler throughout the summer of 1993. But yeah. Overall, the show, I give it about a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. Like I said, it's mostly due to Bret Hart's performance in his 3 matches. Yeah, Bret Hart's stuff is really what made this pay-per-view so good, and really what this event is best known for. You know, and like I said, everything else is kind of up and down. Like, there's some other good things on here, like the 8-man tag and Shawn Michaels and Crush, and yeah, it's just some other good stuff on here, and just some good and bad stuff like Hogan, Fuji, and Bigelow and Duggan. Yeah. But yeah, overall it still is a good show. Like I said, I say it's probably the best pay-per-view of 1993. So yeah, alright, so yeah, that does it for my 1993 King of the Ring review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, stay tuned for more of these King of the Ring reviews that'll be coming up throughout the month. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.